Hi, everyone. Welcome to our session titled Building Bridges in TESOL, Culturally Responsive Strategies for Inclusive Language Education. My name is Wyndell Williams, and I'm speaking to you all from Tsinghua International School in Beijing, China. Today, we will explore effective strategies for fostering an inclusive language learning environment and discuss practical ways to incorporate each student's unique cultural identity into our teaching methods. Let's start our journey to build a TESOL classroom that values every student's unique background. Now, a little bit about me. I've taught EAL across China, Bangladesh, and Mongolia. I've also engaged with a diverse spectrum of learners from primary to secondary and undergraduate students. And now I'm a TESOL EDD doctoral student. I'm also multilingual, and my French, Chinese, and Mongolian language studies enrich my connection with my students' learning experiences. Today, I want to share strategies for culturally responsive and inclusive TESOL education to provide practical insights for varied teaching settings. And I'm excited for this conversation ahead. Recognizing our students' diverse backgrounds is key in English teaching. Our goal is to adopt methods that make every learner feel included. With the world having over 1.5 billion English speakers, as reported by DIVIC in 2023, embracing cultural diversity in TESOL is crucial for real-world language skills. Challenges in teaching diverse learners can lead to creative classroom discussions and understanding. We'll explore strategies to transform these challenges into learning benefits for all. Now let's dive into these strategies that turn diversity into a strength in our TESOL classrooms. Our first strategy, incorporating multilingual approaches. Let's say your school is hosting a language of the week. You could introduce a language exchange board where students post a native word or phrase, its English translation, and a related personal story. This invites cultural sharing in the classroom each week. Dual language books could also be integrated into the curriculum, and students can create bilingual content for various subjects. When I worked in Bangladesh, my primary students were mostly a mix of Bangladeshi and Indian students with diverse backgrounds. With the help of the Bengali acquisition teachers, we brought books in both Bengali and English for our classes. We even added translated content in Hindi for students who needed it. We also collaborated to make projects about their different cultural and religious practices. These projects were part of regular subjects like social studies and reading. This way, students could learn English and Bengali and share their stories. A 2022 study by Kopaskova and Porch show how incorporating multilingual approaches is effective. Mixing languages up a bit can be helpful for learning. Kopaskova and Porch say students who speak 2 languages can use that knowledge to learn a 3rd language, like English, even better. Here's how. We start by valuing and integrating all the languages our students bring with them into our lessons. Imagine having a treasure chest. The more treasures you add, the richer you are. Every language our students know is another treasure in our classroom chest. And the research backs this up. It shows that when we mix languages in class, students get smarter about languages, they learn English faster, and get better at switching between languages, which is awesome for their brains. So, by valuing all our kids' languages and mixing them into our classes, we're not just helping them improve their English, we're helping them become super learners. And that's what the research says works. Our next strategy, culturally relevant teaching materials. You can create interactive digital storybooks or use games that feature stories or heroes from different cultures on a map. But make sure they work well for classes that change over time. Also, use cultural examples in everyday lessons. For instance, include foods that students know in math problems, or discuss sayings from around the world in language classes to build an understanding of language and culture. My upper primary classes in a bilingual school in Mongolia had students mostly from Mongolia, but a few from other places across Asia and the West. During a unit on Victorian inventions, we looked at old inventions from England and compared them to things invented in Mongolia at the same time. I also asked all the students to talk about cool old inventions from their countries. This made our history lessons fun and showed how all our countries have smart inventors. Kim D's research shows that when our students dive into stories that reflect their background, it's like a light bulb goes on in their head. They're not just learning English, but connecting with the content personally. Here's how. Imagine learning to cook by starting with your family's favorite recipe. It feels right, and you're invested. That's what culturally relevant materials do. And Kim's research proves that kids understand and remember better this way. Next, imagine opening the door to stories from around the world. It's like giving our kids a passport to other people's lives. They'll see different perspectives and learn new things, not just about English, but also about respect and community. The research says that this is not just effective, it's powerful. It builds empathy and curiosity. So we're not just teaching English by blending their world with the broader world in our lessons. We're fostering a space where every culture is part of our classroom puzzle. Now, I want to get you thinking about cultural diversity in TESOL with a real-world focus. Going back to our two strategies that I just discussed, and I put them here for you to see. The first one was multilingual approaches, and the other one, culturally relevant teaching materials. And I want you to do this activity as a self-reflection. I want you to think about, have you used these ideas in your teaching? Or if not, how can you use them? So take some time to just reflect on these questions. After the reflection, I want you to just pause and think about those key insights on cultural diversity in TESOL. And I want you to rethink about those highlights that you thought about as you were reflecting. Identify those key themes and jot down how you could integrate those or how you did integrate those into your teachings. Our last strategy, building inclusive classroom environments. To do this, let students lead activities that celebrate their cultures and help students to learn empathy, to understand and respect different cultures through easy activities. In the food unit, I started a fun project for my middle school English classes at a French school in Shanghai, China. The students mainly consisted of Francophone learners from diverse backgrounds. Each student picked a special recipe from their own culture, wrote it in English, and told the class why it was important. This helped everyone learn new English words, especially about food, and we all learned about different traditions. It was a cool way to mix learning English with getting to know each other's backgrounds, making our class time both fun and interesting. Andrea Stairs Davenport's study in 2023 shows that teachers are important for ensuring all students, no matter what language they speak, feel like they belong in the classroom. And according to this research, teachers often aren't sure how to best help students still learning English. This tells us that our approach, letting students lead some activities and teaching them to understand and care about each other's feelings, is really important. When we let students guide the activities, they learn to work together and help each other. This is great for students new to English because it means they have friends who can support them while they're learning. When we let students guide the activities, they learn to work together and help each other. This is great for students new to English because it means they have friends who can support them while they're learning. When we teach our students to care about their classmates' feelings, they become a team that works together to ensure everyone feels included and understood. So our simple plan, students helping students and caring for each other, matches what experts like Dr. Stairs Davenport suggests, and it will improve our classrooms for learning and growing together. Now, I want to get you thinking about how AI can be used to build these bridges in TESOL to enhance language learning. Picture using AI to make learning more interactive and personal, merging various cultures and languages in an engaging virtual environment. This technology encourages practical learning, collaboration, and a deep understanding of languages and cultures, which is essential today. The example I have for you to think about is AI avatars for bilingual practice in classrooms. In video, an AI text-to-video generator with royalty-free media was used to visualize my concept, and I want to share it with you today.
Imagine the future of education. What role does artificial intelligence play in it? A world where classrooms aren't limited by geographical boundaries, where cultural exchange isn't a luxury, but an everyday occurrence, where students can converse with avatars of historical figures, international peers, or even characters from their favorite stories. This isn't a distant utopia, but a reality that is being shaped today thanks to the integration of advanced language AI into the education system. Picture a program where AI powered avatars, fluent in English and the students' native languages, provide real time responses. They offer immediate feedback, allowing students to practice their language skills in a dynamic, engaging environment. It's not just about learning a language, it's about immersing oneself in the culture it represents, understanding its nuances, and appreciating its richness. Think about the benefits of such a program. It breaks down the barriers of traditional language learning, making it less about grammar and vocabulary and more about communication and understanding. It's about making connections, fostering empathy, and broadening horizons. With AI powered avatars, students can engage in meaningful conversations, hear diverse perspectives, and gain insights into different cultures, all within the confines of their classrooms. And these aren't just ordinary avatars. They are sophisticated AI systems powered by machine learning and natural language processing capabilities, designed to understand, learn, and respond in a manner that closely mirrors human interaction. They can understand context, interpret emotions, and even provide culturally appropriate responses. They are programmed to be patient, supportive, and unbiased, creating a safe and inclusive learning environment for all students. Moreover, the benefits of this AI integration extend beyond the students. For teachers, it's a powerful tool that complements their teaching methods, provides them with valuable insights into each student's progress, and allows them to personalize their teaching approach. For the education system, it's a step towards modernization, inclusivity, and global connectivity. Now, imagine the possibilities. A classroom where every student, regardless of their background, can have a personalized, immersive, and engaging language learning experience. A classroom where cultural exchange is no longer an annual event, but an everyday lesson. A classroom where AI isn't just a tool, but an integral part of the learning journey. This is not just a vision for the future, it's a reality that's being shaped today. And you too can be a part of this revolution. Explore such technologies, understand their potential, and see how they can transform the way we learn. Because the future of education is not just about imparting knowledge, it's about creating experiences, fostering understanding, and building a global community. And with AI, we're one step closer to making that future a reality. Ima-
All right, now let's go back into our reflective thinking mode. And I want you to just think about some thoughts on using AI in the classroom. And I have some points for you to guide you. Have you tried this before? Or can you see how it fits into your teaching? Next, let's explore good habits for our success with multilingual learners. I want to discuss a sustainable practice for long-term TESOL success, which is adaptability. And this is key for teachers to meet the changing needs of students. It means always learning new ways to teach better, keeping teaching fresh and helpful for students from all backgrounds. And with this in mind, focus on flexible teaching to effectively meet diverse student needs and embrace continuous learning for success in TESOL. Our final example is Al-Harbi and Ahmed's 2022 study on improving how TESOL teachers learn. Now, this study compared TESOL in Canada, Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan. And one thing stood out: the need for adaptable professional development to different teaching contexts. In Canada, teachers improved their English teaching by examining their own experiences, learning from research, and sharing ideas with each other. In Saudi Arabia, teachers are changing their classes to be more active and fun and to match international language skills standards. They are also improving their training to meet the needs of students and teachers. English teaching is also changing in Pakistan. The usual training for teachers may only sometimes meet the needs of their classrooms. All right, so what does this mean for us? It means that for TESOL success, we can't just stick to one method or one set of materials. We must be adaptable and ready to reflect, learn, and change. That's how we stay ahead and ensure we give our learners the best. To conclude, we've outlined strategies in TESOL for embracing language and culture. We need learning spaces that welcome and respect all cultural backgrounds. And let's create classrooms that celebrate and reflect different cultures. Now, towards the end, I'm going to share my contact information. And I would love to engage in a mini Q&A session for anyone that has any questions about the things that I discuss in today's session. And here are my references with the research that I used to help guide my session. Thank you to everyone for your time and attention. And feel free to connect or reach out for additional materials related to today's topic. It's been a pleasure sharing insights with you all, and I look forward to our paths crossing again in the world of TESOL.